Yeah, we want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. Man, it's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close.
We here. We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed or nothing. No homo. No. Just don't get close to the bed. Don't get jumping. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. Man, it's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it and you did it. No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting the bed. Shouts out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can just let's just put the camera a little this way just so we're not, I don't want my shot to even residential, like I don't want it to come close to bed, cause I think they never been to a Diddy party. If you not dancing, I just got hard. Then you got to go. So security, if you see somebody and they not dancing, they got to go. Period. Point blank. Period. Ladies, I need y'all to come in. Ladies, if they ain't dancing, they got to go home. If they ain't dancing, then they got to go home. I'm not going to have a conversation with these lazy bums that'll take a shortcut at any point. Yes, it's easier for you to juice than to get in the gym, but you don't get to bring that body in here talking crazy. Talk about how good you look. What? No. There's too many comics out there that are putting their life on the line to tell these jokes, man. Okay. Kevin Hart might want to start making preparations to leave the country before the prosecutors dig up all the evidence they'll need to arrest him, because new evidence just exposed him for being at those freak-off parties, including the infamous one from 2010 in which Diddy admitted to doing freaky things with Usher when he was just 14 years old. Kevin was all up in those parties, having the time of his life and even recording them for Diddy. But now he wants to act like he's never spoken to Diddy a day in his life. What's even crazier is that at the time Kevin was getting into these Diddy parties, he was still trying to make it big in Hollywood. And in the words of Cat Williams, Kevin was willing to do just about anything to make it big, even if it meant bending over and letting Diddy party in his cheeks. A lot of people actually forgot all about Kevin's involvement with Diddy until recently, when they started to dig into him amidst the ongoing trial. That's when they found out that Kevin wasn't actually innocent. In fact, back in 2010, he was personally invited by Diddy to a private party in his hotel room in New York. And let's not forget that Cassie recently confirmed in court that most of the freak-offs took place in hotels in New York. So, the fact that Diddy was having a party in a hotel room in New York definitely got people wondering if this party turned into a freak-off once cameras went off. One of the videos from that party later went viral, and it had people giving Diddy a major side-eye over a weird comment he made about sleeping in the same bed with Usher when Usher was just 14. At some point, he caught himself and decided to backtrack, but it was too late and people started piecing things together really fast. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and I mean damn pause. But like just how I mean back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother. We used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented, you know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get them early. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And I'm like, yo, what the did Puff just say? Nobody's going to count just for me. Puff yourself used to wrestle over the frosted flakes and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was stupid. Having a good time. The reason why this was weird to people was that there were already rumors of Diddy doing inappropriate things with Usher. And this was seemingly confirmed by Usher himself, who revealed a while back that Diddy used to do some freaky stuff around him when he used to live in his house. That if his kids were ever supposed to live with Diddy, it would be a big no from him to New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year. That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp. There you go. To learn some flavor. That's what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going to in the 9s. Do you understand what that's like? Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and like nonstop, right? No, not really. I mean, yeah, but you were 13. What were you saying? Went there to see the lifestyle and I saw it and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. It was so nobody tried to marry J. Blah. They ain't know nothing about this. Oh, I was having a good time. You know what I mean? Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean to keep you humble somewhat, or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 in the morning with them and party? I mean I could. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp? Oh no. See, now going back to that Diddy party Kevin was joyfully hosting, there was another disturbing video that went viral that night of one of the catching on fire. But instead of people pouring water over her or something, they all stood around and laughed in her face while the camera was still recording. Mind you, Kevin was sitting right next to the girl when she caught on fire and he did nothing while the poor girl was literally screaming for her life. You know, when you have a scene like this, you got to bring bosses with you. As you see, it's female friendly. We got a ladies and a female. She's bomb. That's what I call it. Raw dog. I'm not jumping. I'm about jumping tea myself. Once everybody gets out, just me and the lady. This is I'm used to this type of thing. Doing what I do best. Oh. Did the camera catch that? Cut the camera. Cut the camera. Well, recently the paparazzi caught up with Kevin and they decided to be messy by asking him if he saw baby oil during the infamous 2010 party. And guess what? He didn't say no. But he didn't say yes either. He just said the paparazzi guy was asking him the wrong questions. People felt like he could have easily said no if he really didn't see baby oil there. Okay. When you hosted for Diddy, did you catch any baby oil? Diddy. Wrong person, the wrong question. But here's the thing though, y'all. Prior to this, Kevin had been asked about Diddy. And each time he either acted very nervous or straight up evaded the question altogether, like he didn't know what they were talking about. For example, not too long ago, he suddenly closed down all the vegan restaurants he'd opened all over the country. And when the paparazzi caught up to ask him why he closed them down, he had no problem answering them. However, when they brought up Diddy, he immediately stopped responding, got in his car as fast as he could, and drove off. Not only that, but when they brought up Diddy, his face dropped from being all smiles to him looking visibly upset. Kevin, bro, why did you close your restaurant? Bro, why didn't you make a soul food restaurant? Don't fall. You should have made a soul food restaurant. I should have made a soul food restaurant. Yeah, what happened? Well, run, guys. Why you make vegan food, bro? By the way, this is my new thing to do. Why you make vegan food? Paparazzi. I make them. Let's go this way. Watch your car, my guy. So, why the vegan food? Why the vegan food over soul food? Why the vegan? Give me a workout, man. Thank you very much. That was easy. Beautiful. All right. Now, go. Why the vegan food over soul food? The restaurant closed. What happened? Why do you say it closed? So, stop saying it closed, guys. Business is business. You don't stop business. You pause business. You pause it to do other things. It's just a moment. What about Diddy? What about Diddy? Can you talk about Diddy? What? What happened with Bieber and Justin and Diddy? Oh my God. Thank you, man. You should have made fried chicken. You should have made fried chicken. And then there was a clip that also went viral of his interview with Mark Wahlberg where he became very uncomfortable and started cutting off Mark when Mark was talking about Diddy. It looked like Mark knew some things about Diddy that he wanted to expose, but Kevin was so against it for some reason. You got more dye in that beard than did Diddy wear. Alright, that's enough. I know that's enough. I seen him. He shows me behind the curtain. That's alright, I'm going to edit this out. But still, put a __, put a note on it. You can edit that one. Now, people weren't surprised when all these things were exposed because Kat already told us about how Kevin had no morals when it comes to getting down with the industry to get more fame and power. The first time Kat called Kevin out for this groupie, soul-selling behavior was when Kevin said he would never wear a dress as a black man on TV, only for him to show up on SNL less than a month later wearing a dress and a wig because he was offered a deal. And the humiliation ritual he had to put himself through to seal the deal was to go against his own words and show up on national television dressed as a woman. Dave Chappelle, another great comedian, said that, in the industry they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts and is that something that, you wouldn't do, for a definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress? You have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross.